In this video, I want to talk a little bit about the Japanese yen. Now, the first thing we want to do down here on the very small time frame, notice this is a range bar 6 chart. We are down here on looking at the pre-market time frame. This is the London market, and you can see we had a little bit of a nice activity in the London market. So coming into the opening of the New York time frame, which is the time frame, of course, we want to pay most attention to, the market had already started to rally coming up out of this trend. You can see we had a nice little re-entry point right in here. So the key here is this nice arrow coming in from the bulls and bears, the blue light system coming in, and then of course we have this crossover right here, this nice little set of blue lights. It kind of indicates that the market has a little bit of a retracement and then it's starting to rally once again. This is that ABC 1, 2, 3 ABC bottom formation that we're looking for. So we got the ABC, and then of course you can see that the Fibonacci projections projected this market right up to the 161.8% level. Approached the 200% on the high peak, but this is the nice little ABC pattern with the Fibonacci projections following that thing just like a stair step going right up those Fibonacci projections. But the re-entry point, if we didn't get in on the arrow, of course the re-entry is those blue lights. That's our re-entry point. We'd set a stop on there and let that take us into the market. We hold our stop one bar behind the entry bar, so there's the entry bar. Stop would be here. We connect it to the blue light system and ride that to the top. And of course this nice little trade this morning in the Japanese yen, $193. Of course, that number doesn't represent commissions and fees. Now, this market just turned right around and came right straight back down again and gave us the same pattern on the downside. Now, if we want to come in here with our 1, 2, 3 top formation in here, you can see our little ABC pattern in here for a projection lower. It came right down and almost touched that 130.9. It exceeded the 100% level. The problem with that little strategy right there is it was too short, that we didn't get enough time to get in there. There's our re-entry point right there, and our blue lights, if we trailed our blue lights down, you can see they about match, so that would have been a scratch trade. This market would have come back against us, stopped us out about the same location we got in, so not much of a trade there. But you can see the pattern, you can see the strategy, and it just didn't drop far enough for us to get our stop down past break even. And so there's the nice little reversal. Once again, a little ABC bottom formation coming in here. 1, 2, 3, and of course you have to wait for that to occur, and you see it rallied right up to 161.8 again in here, and then our entry point is coming in here with this nice little arrow and the blue lights once again. And so that's the entry point. Again, put your stop one bar behind the entry bar and then let that market roll forward. And as you can see, as we move out into time, from this entry point to the next exit, right up in here was about $162 move here in the Japanese yen. Again, does not represent commissions and fees. This market just rolled off the top of this thing and rolled right back down. Now, the one thing we always want to remember is that these blue lights are nothing more than mathematically calculated trend lines, and we're looking for the breaking of these trend lines. And we want to make sure that these things are breaking at the same location as the normal trend lines are matching up with those blue lights. And of course, this slide down the next side is, that was about a $225 move. If you were able to catch this one is a little bit more elusive, but again, that number doesn't represent commissions and fees. We also want to make sure that when we're watching these peaks and these valleys in here, and we're looking for these markets to hit up in these highs and these lows and make these little ABC patterns and these rolling tops, watch your stochastics and your momentum indicator, because these are going to be big indications of whether the market's way down here in the oversold region looking for a rebound, as we saw in this case, or way up here in the oversold region looking for a drop once again. And so these indicators are a good indication of where we can be looking for these markets to go. Keep your eye on the indicators, watch the trends, the breaking of the trends, very important. Those blue lights are nothing more than mathematically calculated trend lines, and we're looking for those breaking of those trend lines and those entry and re-entry points. All right, and that's just a quick summary of this morning's Japanese yen.